Previously on NYPD Blue.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I wanted to surprise you with breakfast.
Well, you definitely surprised me. I thought you should know about some developments with that Tail Feathers Club. I think they're trying to turn me out.
Did you say you'd do it?
I said I'd think about it.
Are you prepared to work these guys a while?
Yeah.
I'm trying to sort out what happened here.
He just slugged me out of nowhere. I didn't do anything.
Well, I'm getting him home, so he's not going to anymore tonight.
He's not getting arrested?
I was sick in love with Diane, Andy. I had too high an expectation. I guess I wanted her to make up for my mom leaving.
I'll stay. We can talk all night if you want.
What I want is to get some sleep. I don't feel like I've had a night's peace since I was a kid.
What's with this kid? Is he trying to give me an ulcer here or what?
Do you want me to page him again?
You paged him 5 minutes ago, so he's an hour late.
I don't care about him being late. I care about him not calling to tell us.
You ready? We're heading down to the DA's office to sign a corroborating affidavit for a Dickey waiver we called yesterday.
Guy's 38 years old, whips it out in front of his old junior high school. One of his teachers recognizes him from 25 years ago. How's that for bad luck? Anyways,
You paging him again?
Calling his apartment. Danny, hey, it's Andy Sipowicz. I'm sorry to bother you again, but, if you're there, you might want to, I don't know, get your ass to work before the boss shows up at 10 o'clock and finds you AWOL. Look, just give me a call, and I'll put in a 28 or I'll call the sick desk, but you can't just not call.
Andy, he'll be in. I wouldn't worry about it.
You know what? You're right. I'm not going to worry about it. He's on his own. He can explain it to the boss, not me. I'm not his dad.
He probably just got tied up somewhere.
It's his business. Maybe you should go over to his place and roust him. He don't seem to listen to me.
Do you want me to? I'll go.
I'll go.
You want me to come along?
You stay out of this.
What do you want me to tell the boss if you're not back in an hour?
All right, then. Come with me. We're working on an old case. Come on. This is on the QT. What's going on here?
Okay.
I don't want to get out about him getting his load on last night at some strip club.
Okay.
We're closing ranks here.
Andy, I got it.
Good. Danny, get your ass up. This is ridiculous. Coming here to drag him into work like he's Elvis or something. Danny! If he's shacked up with that girl, I'm walking away and you do the talking, because I'll...
What girl?
That's not a detail you need to worry about. I'm gonna get irritated here in about 1 second. Danny!
Andy.
What?
So what time did you drop him off here?
2
here.
Was a girl here?
No.
You know what a girl is?
Kristen Moore. She lives in the 17th precinct. We can get you the address.
So you know.
She helped us with the case. Wore a wire on a homicide suspect.
Was that when her and your guy got friendly?
I guess so.
How long ago was this?
I don't know, a week?
What else do you know about her?
She worked at this club, Tail Feathers.
Strip club.
Yeah.
So she's a stripper.
Yeah.
Your guy and the stripper argue a lot since they got friendly?
He didn't kill her.
All due respect. If you two caught this and one of our guys is banging a stripper and she ended up dead in his apartment and he's in the wind, I mean, come on. This is a
He
mystery?
didn't do it.
All right. Anyone else jump out? Jealous ex-wives, girlfriends?
No.
Because this was enforced entry.
Yeah, we kind of noticed that when we came in.
We don't know who did this, but just so you know, we're going to be working our end trying to find out who did.
We'll give you a heads up if we find anything, though.
We don't got a problem with that, but if your partner contacts you...
When he calls us, we'll call you.
Called in? Huh? Don't you guys take a radio with you? He checked in yet?
No, and I've been paging him all morning.
Hello, over here. Why haven't you guys called in?
We got a DOA over on Avenue C and 4.
We have to talk, everybody.
What's going on?
Danny's, we don't know where he is.
You tried his apartment?
We just came from there. And that dancer, Kristen Moore, who wore a wire for us. She's DOA at Sorensen's apartment.
I'm telling you right now, boss, he didn't do it.
Did Sorensen have any contact with her after that case wrapped?
Yeah, I guess a little. I pulled him out of that club last night.
She was there?
Yeah.
He was drunk?
Yeah, but he wouldn't do this. There's no way.
Then where is he? And why ain't he explaining different?
I don't know. Me and Connie gonna make some phone calls, look around.
So we don't know where he is.
I wasn't lying to the boss, my boy. We don't know.
Okay.
Hey, anything you need, all right?
We'll call if we do. I'll get his phone record, see if there's any activity on his credit cards. Call Diane, see if she's heard from him.
Okay.
Don't tell her about the other part, just if she's heard.
What's going on?
There was a problem at Danny's apartment. A girl got murdered.
Oh, my God.
And that ain't for the water cooler, John.
No, of course not.
Dear Ways of Cyrus Morrison. Lives here. Got shot a couple of times in the back as he was running to the rear.
Here we go. It looks like one in the head close range while he was on the ground.
You heard about this guy?
No, you?
Yeah, like a neighborhood witch doctor type guy. Reads your fortune, removes evil spirits. I got a call here one time because some old lady gave him $100 to communicate with a dead cat and wanted the money back. Because I guess, you know...
All right, well, what else you got?
Another black man was there when it happened. A shot in the side of the head. He's at Bellevue.
You gonna pull through?
Looks like it.
He give you anything before EMS carted him out of here?
No, he was already gone.
So who called it in?
Neighborhood shots, call 911. She's next door when you want her.
What's with the cape?
Looks like he was getting his haircut with the guy at Bellevue when it went down.
All right, we got this now, thanks.
Catch you guys on a bad day?
Yeah, you did. And how about you don't make it worse by breaking our balls?
Excuse me.
Quick canvas and then over to Bellevue?
Yeah.
I am totally operating under the standpoint that Danny had nothing to do with that girl getting dead.
Yeah, me too. And you know what? Let's just not talk about it anymore until we find out what's going on.
Amen.
Well, thanks for telling me now. My guy's in the wind. Yeah, you too.
Who's that?
OCCB. The feds had that strip club up for the last few months.
Yeah, we heard they're mobbed up.
Well, I didn't know till now that the feds were involved. Yesterday, Danny came to me how the owners approached him about running one of the employees through BCI.
You let him do it?
We wanted to see how close he could get.
So you put him under cover?
Yeah, he came to me requesting it, and it got signed off on.
And you're not telling me until now?
Yeah, Andy, because that's how undercover works. Everybody's informed on a need-to-know basis.
This kid has been on the edge as it is. He's got a hard on for this stripper, and you sign off on him going in undercover. That's really sharp work there, Lieutenant.
He approached me. I didn't know he had a relationship going with the stripper. I wouldn't have done it. Which you could have found out if you pulled me aside yesterday.
This Kristen helped put away one of their bouncers. This might have been a payback.
On Danny, too. Yeah, and that's what I called OCCB about, and they don't know. Who knows where this kid is now? You should have brought me into the loop.
Yeah, I heard. Now, my guess is I'll be getting a phone call from some fed ordering me to stay away from that club. So if you want to go down there and ask questions, you better do it quick.
Hey, how'd it go last night? You get Danny home?
I want to talk to you.
Everybody else, speed it.
What do you want us to do, boss?
Get out of here, now. Move your ass.
What's the problem?
Can't find Danny.
You took him out of here last night. It's the last I saw him.
Well, what have you heard?
Nothing. I barely know the guy. I ain't heard nothing. I don't know nothing.
I think you do know, Joey.
Well, I don't. Try that girl Kristen he's been porking. Maybe she knows something.
She's gone, too.
Okay, so maybe they up and join the circus. I don't know.
Who really runs this place here, Joey, huh? I know you're fronting for somebody.
Not me, guy. Stay out of that. That's a wrong way street. Okay. Do I know guys? Yeah. Do they hang out here? Yeah. But there's no way I'm in anybody's pocket.
You're lying, Joey. I know you're hooked up. And if you're lying about that, what's to say you're not lying about everything?
Hey, okay, I know what it's like not to get the answer that you're hoping for.
You do, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's just frustrating as hell, especially when a friend's involved. But I'm telling you, I don't know where he is. I like Danny. If I knew, I'd tell you.
You know what, Joey? I believe you.
Thank you. Okay. Can we just bring it down a notch? Just chill out. How about a drink on me, okay?
Now you're going to tell me who you answer to. Who pulls the strings in this joint?
Nobody, okay? This place is clean. Oh, what are you doing? What do you want from me? I told you everything. I don't know names. I pay protection to some guy I don't know. You know what happens if I give this guy up?
You need to worry about me right now.
Paul who? Paul Catapano. Paul Catapano!
Craig Miller, Detective Meadowboy, and Detective Jones.
That asshole blew my ear off, man. My ear! Doctor said they're gonna have to use part of my thigh to try and replace it.
Well, you still have the other one.
Cyrus dead.
Yeah.
It's messed up, man.
What happened this morning?
I'm giving Cyrus a haircut and someone knocks. I go check it out, and I tell Cyrus it's Damon.
Do you know Damon?
I've never seen him before. And then Cyrus says, well, does he look upset or does he seem okay? I says he looks all right because he did. So Cyrus says to let him in.
He starts shooting right away?
No. Cyrus was talking Damon up about how Damon was one of the best helpers he ever had. And then out of nowhere, I hear this explosion and I hit the floor. Background, I could hear Cyrus screaming, more gunshots. That's all I can remember until I woke up in the ambulance.
All right, so Damon was Cyrus's old helper and you were his new one.
I do stuff for Cyrus, but it sounded like Damon did a lot more for a lot longer.
And what do you do for Cyrus and how long you been doing it?
Odd jobs, carrying groceries, running errands, that kind of thing. Been doing it for a couple months.
You guys lovers?
What? Hey, screw you, man. I don't gotta take that.
Hey, we don't know you, Craig. We're hearing what we're hearing and we gotta ask the questions.
No, we weren't. Look, maybe Cyrus likes guys, but I don't. And don't bring that to me again.
And this wasn't one of your enemies come gunning for you and the old man got in the way?
No, or I'd be dead and Cyrus would have his ear blown off. Don't you think? Man, you guys are whack. You know what? I'm tired of these dumb-ass questions.
Could you pick Damon out of a group of photos?
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Okay. But when you do come back, why don't you show me a little more respect?
What?
Come on.
Nothing from Detective Sorensen, but your friend faxed over Danny's phone records from the last 2 weeks.
You ran to subscriber info.
One call Indian from Tail Feathers at 3 a.m. Kristen?
Who knows?
One call out at 2:30 to Karen Redding in Staten Island. Who's that?
I don't know.
I think that may be Detective Sorensen's aunt. I overheard him once on the phone.
That's who raised him, and I don't even know her name.
Any hits off Danny's credit card?
Not yet.
Let's go. Thanks.
Hope you got what you needed from that club, because the feds shut us down.
The owners report to a Paul Catapano.
We're gonna look into his places and have a conversation.
Who's this?
I don't know, but it ain't good.
Special Agent Boyd, we spoke on the phone.
We sure did.
I thought I made it clear none of your people were to approach Tail Feathers.
My detectives had already left when we spoke.
Hey, we got a man missing.
Yeah, and we got one missing, too. One of our agents, Pete McNeil, was inside that bar for 6 months. Detective Sorensen, as a favor to the owner, apparently, ran Pete through BCI. Now we can't find him.
Now, I cleared that move yesterday with my bosses, and Sorensen reported back to the owners that your guy was on the level.
We're not blaming you guys. It wasn't you that dropped the ball. But you stay away from that club till we find out what's going on.
We already got a pretty good idea what's going on.
One of the owners, Joey Schulman, gave us his contact. A Paul Catapano. He's hooked up with the Gambinos. Let's bring him in, see what he knows about Danny and Pete. You can be in on the interview if you want.
You don't go near Paul Catapano or Joey Schulman or any of their associates. Nobody. Not until we get our indictments.
And when's this gonna happen?
We got witnesses going before a grand jury next couple days.
Couple of days. Look, we got 2 guys might be in a bind here, so how about reworking the to-do list?
Believe me, I'd like nothing better than to haul Catapano in right now and put the screws to him. But orders are, in no way is anybody to compromise the integrity of the operation.
We got 2 cops missing and his bosses are playing Scrabble.
Is that it?
Yeah. I get any information on Sorensen, I'll be in contact.
Yeah, whenever you get to it.
All right, here's what we can do. I don't know what we can do.
Look, Danny put a call into his aunt 2 nights ago. That's who raised him. But from what I can gather, they hadn't talked for a while. We'll head over there and see if she can give us anything.
Where is she?
Staten Island.
Hey, it's either that or head back down to Tail Feathers, because I am not going to sit around here doing nothing while Danny's...
Hit it and keep in contact.
Anything?
No.
What do you got in your case?
Got a second victim at Bellevue. Craig Miller tells us he opened the door for a guy named Damon. Damon's the shooter.
Damon got a last name?
Miller.
Same last name as the victim?
No, what'd I say?
You said Miller.
No, it's Harvey. Damon Harvey.
Got it from the DOA's phone book.
Yeah, that Damon had a couple of possession collars, and we ran a photo array for Craig at Bellevue, and he picked him out right away. We just put Damon in the pokey.
Neighbors said that Damon worked for Cyrus for a year or so, living there on and off. Love triangle?
Yeah, something was going on.
All right, let me know. Anything we can be doing for Danny? What I need for you guys to do is run this case so I know at least one thing's going right today. Okay? Got it. Give me the phone numbers for every morgue in the tri-state area.
To know what I've been handcuffed and dragged out of my apartment and pushed around for.
Nothing comes to mind, huh?
No.
How you know Cyrus?
Cyrus Morrison?
No, Cyrus Schwartz. Yeah, Cyrus Morrison.
I worked for him for a while.
Doing what?
Assistant work.
What's that mean?
I assisted, helped out.
Did you live at his apartment?
Briefly.
Why'd you stop working for him?
It's time to move on.
Well, you get the load for him, so he got a new houseboy? Is that what went wrong?
No, it was a mutual decision for me to leave.
It's funny how you're not the least bit curious why we're asking all these questions about Cyrus.
Well, maybe I haven't asked, but I've been wondering. Did something happen to him?
Yeah, you blew a hole in his head.
What? No.
The guy cutting Cyrus's hair? The guy you shot in back of the head and left for dead? A little update for you, Damon. He lived.
And we got other witnesses put you in and out of that apartment this morning at the time of the shooting.
I was nowhere near Cyrus's apartment this morning.
Where were you?
I woke up and did my exercises. Then I went next door to my church and had breakfast.
You were at church?
I was at breakfast at the church. Deacon Miles and his wife have a pancake breakfast there every morning. Ask them and they'll tell you.
What time you get there?
8.
Now, Damon, this might be a lot to ask for a houseboy, but for once in your life, stand up and be a man. Now, we got you locked in on this crime. Saying you didn't do it is going to add on years in prison.
I woke up and went to the pancake breakfast. Deacon Miles and his wife like a church.
Move it!
Has something happened to Danny?
No, it's just not like Danny to miss work without calling in.
We're sure he's fine.
There's some personal stuff he was working out.
Like what?
Relationship stuff. But we saw that he called you last night, and we were just wondering if he gave you any indication as to what was on his mind, plans he may have had.
Well, I was surprised that he called because I haven't heard from him in a long time. I would call him and then he wouldn't call back.
What was the other night's conversation about?
He wanted his mother's phone number back there in Norway. I don't know if he told you about all that.
You raised him. Hadn't seen his mom since he was a kid.
Right.
They hadn't talked either, Danny and his mom?
No. My sister, Anna, thought it was best if there be no contact. She thought it would be too hard on Danny and his sisters. And the story she made me give them was that she'd passed away. It sounds so ridiculous now. It sounds so terrible. And when Danny found out that it wasn't true, then he blamed me, and that was what caused the big rift between us. And that was why he stopped talking to me. Don't ask me to explain how a mother can let her children go, but she did.
I'm sure she regretted it.
Oh, yes, she did. But it was a little late. Anna came to New York 3 months ago to try to make amends, to give her version of it. And Danny's sisters begged him to go over and see her with them, but he wouldn't.
So the other night, he sounded like he was ready to talk to her?
He asked for her number. I figured he was calling me at 2 a.m. because of the time difference over there.
He seemed all right, other than that?
At the end of our conversation, he told me that he loved me and that he was sorry. And I told him the same thing. That's the first time he ever told me that he loved me. Oh, excuse me.
Did you know about his mom coming out here?
No. 3 months ago. That's when he was doing everything he could to hold on to Diane. This poor kid.
Excuse me.
May I help you?
Thank you, Miles.
Yes?
Detective Jones in Medivore.
Is there a problem?
Do you have a pancake breakfast here each morning?
Yes. Did somebody want their $3 back?
No, sir.
You know Damon Harvey?
Sure, I know Damon. Lives 2 buildings down.
When was the last time you saw him?
This morning at breakfast.
You sure it was this morning?
I'm sure.
What time did you see him?
Well, I opened up. I collected the donations. He wasn't there. My wife took over at the door. So I guess it was when I was helping serve breakfast. Did something happen to Damon?
And what time was that you saw him?
8:30. But he might have been here earlier. Why don't you tell me what's going on with Damon?
There's a police investigation.
Involving Damon? Are you sure?
Yeah, we're sure. Well, thanks for your time. That's all we need.
Do you have a card? Because Damon, I know Damon. Damon's a fine young man.
Great.
He's volunteered for numerous activities and events that we've organized through the church.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, it's a man of the cloth. You might want to,
I don't have the time right now.
Still nothing.
What was that calling to the aunt all about?
Family stuff.
Is that all I get?
That's all there is. He was facing up to some issues that were overdue. But at least that shows that maybe him being gone isn't related to... I don't know.
15 squad.
Nothing. We didn't get nothing.
Oh, yeah, he's right here. It's for you.
Sipwitz. Yeah. When? What's the cross street? Got it. Credit card hit. Danny just checked into a motel in Jersey City. Let's go.
Hey, you need us?
We got it.
Well, that's good. That's good.
What's going on with your case?
A 911 call came in at 7:55 a.m. A neighbor called it in and said she placed it like 10 seconds after she heard the shots. At the earliest Damon could get back to the church breakfast, normal traffic is 8:15.
We talked to the deacon. First time he saw Damon was 8:30. What's this?
We went back to the crime scene. Stashed in a box in the closet was a stack of porn, including some photos of Damon and the DOA frolicking.
Get with the DA's office. May I help you?
Detective Jones, please.
Yeah, right here.
I'm Francine Miles.
The deacon's wife.
That's right. You are?
Detective Greg Matterboy.
And you?
Lieutenant Rodriguez.
I understand you have Damon Harvey in custody.
That's right.
My husband said something about not seeing Damon at our pancake breakfast until 8:30.
That's what he told us.
Well, I was at the door as well, and I saw Damon at 8.
That's not actually possible, man.
I'm telling you, Damon was at the front door of the church at 8 a.m. Damon is a model young man. There's no way he'd be involved in a crime.
This isn't about what you want to believe about Damon.
Damon was there at 8 a.m.
On the dot.
That's right.
Listen, if this has anything to do with me being short with your husband earlier, then, hey, I apologize.
I don't know anything about that.
Damon's being charged with murder.
Murder?
Yeah. And he's being charged with it because Damon's the guy who did it. Now, you really need to think about when you saw him.
I saw Damon at 8 a.m., and I want to talk to him.
It's gonna be a little while before you can see him, man.
I want to see Damon now, in private, or I start making phone calls.
You can have 5 minutes, but we're in the room.
Fine.
Right here.
Danny! Danny, open up!
Sure, this is the room.
That's what it says.
How long ago we check in?
I don't know. How was the lunch?
Danny!
Open this thing up. Chains up.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! The hell are you two? Javier Delgado, sir.
Sharon Byrne, oh my God.
How'd you get the credit card you used to get this room, huh? And don't you lie to me.
Oh my God.
Sit down.
I found it, sir.
Where?
Last night at my job.
Where's your job?
I'm a busboy at Telfeda Strip Club. I was just sweeping around and I found it.
All right, get dressed. You're going for a ride. And you, honey, get back to whatever.
At least we didn't find him swinging from the shower rod. Yeah. Hurry up!
The shooting victim at Bellevue picked our suspect out of a photo array, then out of the lineup we did down at the hospital.
Neighbors confirmed he used to live there, work for the DOA. And as you can tell by the photos, they had a relationship.
But the deacon's wife said she saw him at 8, which negates the timeline.
Shooting victim at Bellevue picked him out of a lineup.
I heard you. But you put a deacon's wife on the stand saying she saw him everybody's punching out early that day.
So you're not going to write this up?
Not with what you've got. We'll need more to overcome that alibi's witness's credibility.
That's a real gutsy attitude there.
Hey, I'm done at 5 o'clock. You want to run it by the writing DA after I leave? Go ahead. But they'll see my notes and you'll get the same answer.
All right, get a statement from the deacon's wife and kick Damon while we regroup.
Hey, let us go at him again first.
The deacon's wife's in the coffee room about ready to flip out.
Yeah, we'll make it quick.
Sorry.
You gotta cover your ass like everybody else.
Aren't I supposed to be out of here by now? I think I am.
Something came up.
Does Mrs. Miles know you're talking to me?
She sure does.
I don't think so. I think you're lying.
We didn't know you and Cyrus were this close.
Where'd you find those? Look, I don't want her to see those. Those are private and personal. You show those to Francine and I will sue you.
She's already seen him.
When?
Right before we came in here.
What'd she say?
What do you think she said?
I want to see her. I want to explain.
She's gone.
It's not true.
After seeing these photos, you think she'd stick around?
Why'd she leave?
How'd you expect her to react?
I have to talk to her.
How long you been banging her?
Don't call it that!
If you love her, then tell us what happened. Stop lying or it all gets out and everybody's life is ruined.
It's already ruined.
She tried to come through for you by backing your story. And in doing so, she's in a lot of trouble unless you protect her right now.
How many people are you gonna hurt, Damon?
People who tried to help you, like Mrs. Miles, like Cyrus.
He never tried to help me. He used me. He said he'd show those photos to the deacon and Mrs. Miles if I didn't do more things with him.
And that's why you killed him?
I warned him. He didn't believe me.
And you killed him.
I stood up for myself.
Please let me talk to her.
It's like a mob hit. The guy's aloft across the street, heard a shot, but didn't see anything by the time he got to the window. Typical Fed, this guy's not saying a thing.
All right, thanks.
What's going on?
That's Pete McNeil.
Your agent?
Yeah, our agent.
Oh, God.
Heard anything from Sorensen?
No, we're still looking.
So, what do you got on this?
We must have known the guy. He shot once in the head from the passenger side, and we got what we think is confirmation of this hit from a phone tap.
But of course, we still can't do nothing productive, like bring in Catapano and see what he knows about Danny until your bosses get their damn indictments, right?
Between listening devices and phone taps, we got 65 wires up, and there's no mention made of a hit on Sorensen. Just a couple conversations about how he might be receptive.
Yeah, that's what he was putting out there because he was doing undercover work, like we said earlier.
One of the strippers who worked at the club turned up DOA in Sorensen's apartment.
Yeah, we know.
What brings up a scenario? Any chance you feel Sorensen may have been working both sides and he fell in with Catapano?
No.
Because this is looking a little strange.
If you're thinking about asking that question again, don't.
I'll let the boss know what's going on.
You guys were friends?
Yeah. This one hurts.
Nothing from Detective Sorensen, but they got a fingerprint hit from his apartment.
What's with this fingerprint?
Name Rob LaCory ring a bell?
No.
Those detectives from the 9-4 called crime scene lifted a print off the counter in Danny's kitchen. Leighton just got a hit on it. Came back to a Rob LaCory. They want to know if he had legitimate access.
Never heard of him.
You got a record, or are we going through the DMV?
He got popped for aggravated harassment a couple of years back.
Do we have his photo?
I'm pulling it up.
How long is that gonna take?
Right here.
What, but that's the guy. That's the guy.
From where?
From last night. Him and Danny got into a fight at Tailfitters over this DOA stripper. I sent him on his way. What's his address?
Okay. I'll tell the detectives at 9-4 I didn't get a hold of you yet. How'd it go? He went.
What's going on?
Mrs. Miles, I'm gonna do you a big favor right now by giving you a chance to walk out of the station house of your own free will.
Okay, that's it. That is it. I'm leaving with Damon right now.
I'll bring the DA in here and get your sworn statement and then arrest you for obstructing a police investigation and perjury.
You need to change your tone with me immediately. And I want Damon brought out now.
The only reason I'm doing this is because I'm sure you didn't hatch this alibi with Damon beforehand. And I know you have feelings for him, and he has feelings for you, based on what he just told us.
What did Damon say?
Things you're probably not in a big hurry to have your husband and parishioners find out about. Don't ruin your name. Don't ruin your life.
Damon exaggerates. But I still don't believe he did this crime. And I thought I saw him at 8 o'clock this morning.
You didn't. Go home.
Did you call my service?
What?
Oh, somebody called my service. Sweet Dreams? No?
What apartment you looking for?
I don't know. I was
Remember me, asshole? Hey, last night?
Hey, what the hell? Get out of my apartment!
I'm a detective. That guy
guy you were fighting with, Danny Sorensen? He's my partner.
Yes, so?
You were at his apartment last night.
No, I wasn't.
We got your fingerprint there. You better tell us where he is.
I don't know what you're talking about. What the hell are you doing?
Where is he?
What the hell is he doing?
Where is he?
I don't know.
Did you follow us last night?
No.
What about that girl you were hassling? At the bar, that dancer, that stripper girl, Kristen. Did you follow her?
No.
We talked. Did you follow Kristen to an apartment?
No.
His partner's missing, Rob. You better tell us what happened last night or they'll find your body wrapped up in a carpet somewhere. Did you follow her to an apartment?
Yes.
That was Danny's apartment.
I didn't know.
Where was Danny?
He wasn't there.
But Kristen was.
Yeah, we talked then and then I left.
You killed that girl, Rob, and you better tell us how it went wrong, or we'll come up with our own version, and it'll include little terms like premeditated and under cover of darkness.
I just wanted to talk to her, you know? 1,200 in tips I spent on her the last couple of weeks. I deserved that much. And I turned my back on her just for a second, you know? And then she came at me with the knife. And we struggled. And then I had to stab her to save my own life.
Danny wasn't there?
No.
You never saw him?
No.
Before we leave, you're writing it down. Right.
Nothing.
I need a big favor, John.
Whatever you need, Detective.
Can you pick up Theo from his babysitter and get him home?
Of course.
I might be late.
Take your time.
That LaCorey fessed up to Kristen's homicide.
Well, where was Danny?
LaCorey told us some pilot craft story, but Danny wasn't there.
You coordinate with 9-4?
Yeah, they're coming to get him.
Feds say they still got nothing on the homicide of their agent.
Maybe we should ask Diane if she's heard from Danny.
We did. She hasn't. Neither have Danny's sisters. Plus, we checked with Customs and Immigration, and he hasn't left the country.
Well, so now what? We file a missing persons report?
Yeah. And put an alarm out on his car.
I'll take care of all that. Notify the chief of detectives. All right. Tomorrow we pick up and keep going. We won't stop looking, and we hope for the best, but we got to keep going.
Last night, when I brought him to his apartment, that was the first time I ever stepped foot in there. 2 years I'm his partner. I never came by, I never watched a ball game with him. I don't even know him.
You know that he didn't kill that girl?
But I never knew him, not like a partner should. I was always keeping him in line, lecturing him, but I should have reached out like a friend.
Maybe he didn't want to let you in. Maybe he didn't want to let anyone in.
Yeah, but after Bobby, I think it was more that I didn't want to get close to another partner. I didn't want to go through that again. And that probably wasn't the best thing to do because look at this. I don't know this kid. I don't know the people in his life, and I got no idea where in the hell to look for him right now.
Daddy!
Hey, kiddo.
I got my reading note before we watch TV.
Yeah, good job.
You wouldn't go to bed until you got home.
That's okay. Thanks, John.
My pleasure. Bye, Theo.
Bye, John.
You all right?
I'm okay. You?
Me too. Hang in there.
I'm glad you're home, Daddy.
Me too.
Watch TV with me.
Okay.
What's wrong, Daddy?
Nothing.
I love you, Daddy.